It's once again the beer video. And Helen, I don't know about where you are, but it has rained all day long. We have so much fucking water on the ground. There's so much rain. I I need it to stop.
Hmm. Well, can't relate. It was gorgeous and sunny here today, and I don't think it's supposed to rain till later this week. So,
All day long. All day long. I got the dog out for a walk for like 30 minutes around 6 o'clock because it kind of stopped. So I was like, all right, we're taking a walk in the dark. So we took a 35-minute walk, which she thought was the best thing she's ever done because she likes to be wet. And she went to the vet this morning. So she's had a pretty active day.
what a strange creature.
She's a strange creature. Yeah, she took her to the vet, and everybody at the vet loves her. And I had to like tell the doctors, like, this is a show. Like the thing you're seeing right now that this dog's doing, it's a performance. This is not real. This is a show. That's what she does. She turns it on when, she knows she has to.
Well, she's doing kayfabe. Did I use that right?
You used that correctly. Yes, yes. Yep. Yep. Brody's a worker. That's another way to put it. Like whenever, yeah, you can call people workers, which is kind of the same thing, sort of. But yes, nice use of the word kayfabe. Sorry, I'm moisturizing my hands. They're dry as shit. Um, yeah, nice
Uh,
guy.
I've had some dryness issues with my skin lately too, so
Yeah,
I keep glancing over there because Sauron was hollering earlier and now he's not. So I'm like, he's up to something.
I saw some Baroness photos earlier.
Oh God, she was hamming it up, just lying on our mat in front of our front door and wiggling, you know,
Yep, yep.
super
I
adorable.
I was watching Beverly Hills Cop earlier, and I went into because it was on. I went into the bedroom, and Andy was asleep, and I said, "Hey, Andy, are you a cop?" And he squawked at me. So I was like, I don't know if that's a yes, I'm a cop, or no, I'm not a cop. So I was like, do I need to find Andy a new home if he's a cop? Uh,
Oh, a cab, as we know, which can mean either all cops are bastards or all cats are beautiful.
all
So,
cats are bastards.
well, yes,
Yep.
right, Sauron.
Yeah. Sometimes in this house, yeah. Andy gets off easy. All he wants to do is sleep. Like he just wants to sleep on the bed. And as long as he gets that, he's fine. But he was just showing off a little bit ago, rolling around on his back in front of Brody, who was on the other side of we have a little uh, gate that goes over to keep her in the living room while things are being made in the kitchen because she will run in and jump up on not jump up on the counters, but on her, hind legs. And Andy was rolling around and showing off, and he's a ham and he weighs as much as a ham. He's a ham. All right, so we're here for beer, right? Isn't that what
Yes.
this is? Yeah. All right, so I did go first last week because I don't have oh my God, everybody stop what they're doing. The Helen went first sticky note is gone. Son of a bitch. What am I gonna do? Oh, here it is. I found it. It's right here. So we know
Okay.
that you went first. So you go first.
All right. Awesome. So I have this beer from Modest, and it's called Queen of the Rodeo, and I'm gonna show you this can art here.
Ooh, I like that.
I got a bunch of beers from the fancy beer store actually, and I picked this one mostly because of that can. It looks very nice. This is a oak aged extra special rye.
Ooh, this sounds like a Brian beer.
Yeah, extra special rye ale with Maris Otter rye malt, brown malt, double roasted crystal, and hopped with fuggles. And
We
they
all
got
know
to
what that is.
like, are you messing with me? I think this is like some kind of International Women's Day celebration beer.
That's right.
It's going in the pupper's glass, which my friend got me this morning. We practiced Aikido together, and he told me that a technique I'd been doing for the past 7 years I've been doing atrociously wrong. And he showed me how to do it right and didn't even complain when I smacked him in the face twice.
Hey,
And so, bless him.
yeah. Sometimes you get smacked in the face. And by the way, we both have good cans, uh, beer cans. And I'm glad you mentioned International Women's Day because go ahead. I'll say it in a second.
Okay, well,
Yeah, glad I said that.
a rye ale, I expect it to taste like rye bread, which it does not. So I don't know why I keep thinking that.
I hate rye bread, so I wouldn't like rye beer, rye beers if it tastes like rye bread.
Hmm. I like this one a lot. I feel like I need to get another shitty beer because like I've had a real streak of like these are pretty good.
Yeah. I'm kind of the same and like my one today, okay. I'll good.
Ah, but how is it good, you ask? Well, it tastes like a really good brown bread, I would say. Like
So we still have a bread, just not rye bread.
yeah. Well, the main flavor I anticipate from rye bread is mostly caraway, right?
Hmm.
But this actually tastes like rye, just straight rye. And like it's very malt forward. It's almost like a dunkel. If you've had
Hmm.
those, like one of those dark German beers that's really malt heavy.
Yeah. It's a nice color.
Yeah, I mean the best way I can describe it is it looks kind of like it tastes or tastes kind of like it looks. Sorry. Um, it's good. It's got like kind of the malt sweetness, but it's countered by like kind of a very heavy grain flavor.
Huh.
Um, so again, it's kind of like it reminds me actually of this whole wheat like olive bread I used to make, um, which had like a lot of honey and a lot of olive oil and a lot of like heaviness from like the whole wheat flour. So it's just a really big beer.
Yeah.
Though it isn't that strong. This is around 6%.
Okay. That's what mine is.
Yeah,
We did this on purpose.
this is really good, I think. And this is I feel like every style everyone wants to do nowadays is just like either some like novelty sour or just like a really, really intense IPA. So like I really appreciate when breweries do these super malt forward beers and like explore flavors that like you can still get from basic beer ingredients, but like they kind of do them in a different way
Yeah.
than a lot of people do them. So, you know, yeah, I like this one a lot. And I have uh I have had some stuff from Modest I didn't care for, but like everything I've had from them, I felt like they at least were making a real effort to make something that you genuinely cannot get somewhere else.
Yeah.
And like, or even like a style a lot of people do, they make an effort to make it good. Um, like actually one of their more popular beers is something called Super Deluxe, which is basically like kind of their upscale version of Sapporo.
Ooh.
And Sapporo is one of my favorite like skunky like
Yeah.
beers of the world. And like they do a great version of it. And they
Yeah.
also do a version with lime in it that's great for, summer sipping. We're not quite there weather-wise, but
Not
when we are.
quite. Almost. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll not think too hard about why that is, but
No, everything's fine. Yeah, I refuse to believe that the climate is anything but just fine.
yeah, ain't shit we can do about it anyway. So,
Yeah. Well, there is, I mean, we could try, but why do that?
well, on that note, so let's do a shirt check, eh?
Yes.
Um, I maybe sewed this one a little too tight. I am noticing I look a bit like a sausage, but
No.
what like let's roll with it. This is from a perfume company I like,
Oh.
and this one is a joke for the 2016 election, and I still have it. It says "Make America Live Deliciously Again." So this is the Beer Videos only presidential endorsement. Black Phillip 2024.
Yes.
Wouldst thou like the taste of butter? A pretty
Yes.
dress.
Yes. Yes. If you disagree with him, he will ram you in the fucking ribs. For real.
Okay, so both the director and the actor that plays the father, which have heard about like how awful the goat that played Black Phillip was.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was just gonna bring up.
Yeah, Ralph Ineson, the actor, he's like, I hated that fucking goat.
Yep.
And I think he actually talked about like when filming wrapped, like he and his wife went out to dinner and he got, I think, like a mutton dish, and he's like, every bite I took, I was thinking of that goddamn goat.
I love it.
And
So
yeah, The Witch is a good movie.
you're not
And
even looking.
hmm?
So you're not even looking. It's my Black Phillip Pop vinyl.
Fucking Funko Pops, dude.
Yeah, I know. This
That's
is
that's
a decent one because it just looks like a goat.
God. Just
I'm sorry. I do it to upset you.
oh God, what is that director's name? I'm blanking.
Oh, I can't remember either. I just got a shirt. I just got a witch shirt. It has his name on it. Fuck. Hold on. God damn it. Oh, this is
God,
gonna.
me did The Northman, which I also loved.
I did too. Yeah. I love that we do this on air.
Whatever. Every podcast like popular does this shit too.
I
God,
know.
I was listening to one really popular true
Robert
crime.
Eggers. Robert Eggers.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Really, really great.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I've tried to sell people on the Northman, and I will try to sell our minimal audience on it as well by saying like, if you've ever read like kind of these old Norse like family sagas, like kind of a big theme is like revenge is a self-destructive force,
Hmm.
which like was probably not intended by the original writers, but it kind of comes through. It's like, well,
Yeah.
everyone like by pursuing revenge just kind of like ruins their lives and the lives of all their family.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so it shows that revenge is a self-destructive force, like, and also two nude men fight on the side of an
Yes. I'm surprised that didn't come up sooner.
dudes rock. And actually, so Matthias Nordvig, who's a scholar on Norse myth, who
Yeah.
I really respect and appreciate, he does a great podcast called The Sacred Flame. If you're into Viking stuff, like
Yeah.
you should listen to it.
Yeah.
He's great. He's written some books on it too, which are worth checking out. But he actually got like super salty about it. Like the slope of a volcano would be way too hot. Like I'm doing his Danish accent poorly, and I hope he doesn't like fly to Minnesota to come kick my ass. Um,
He's listening. He's our next guest.
yeah, God, I hope so. I
Yeah.
would love it. Please send Pine Nordvig.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, man, look, look, no, it's not realistic, but can you not appreciate this for the dudes rock aspect, my friend?
It's not realistic, but it's cinematic as shit and it's high drama.
It's what I've heard referred to as Bollywood realism. And like,
Yeah. I guess I can't disagree with that one. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
It's a fucking movie. I mean, you know.
everyone watch RRR, by the way.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. All right. I nothing. I thought something just happened. Nothing happened. Everything's fine.
In your ceiling that's gonna like attack your Funko Pops. You
No, it sounded like sometimes my window up here, I need to reseal my window, and sometimes when it's really raining, it'll drip through, and I thought I heard a drip, but that is not what happened. Um, we're moving at some point. Well, my shirt is the band In Harris. A little tough to see because it's like purple on black. If you're familiar with Lotus Thief, Beth Gladding from Lotus Thief, Bazalith, her stage name. This is her other band. I highly recommend it. God, it's hard to it like progressive metal. some death, some doom, all kinds of different things are in there. Um, I love Lotus Thief as well, like so I'm a huge fan. And she also worked with Botanist a little bit, did like some, some stuff with them. But anyway, yeah, Lotus Thief's great and Harris great. Definitely go check them out. I will put the links in the why am I pointing? Like beneath? Well, yeah, because they'll be beneath me. I'm pointing to my dick. Anyway, the not no, I mean I'm not real I'm wearing pants. Um
Well, so am I. Well,
this has gone off the rails. Anyway, it'll be beneath in the description. It'll be in the description. God damn it. Let me just get to the beer. So anyway, funny enough, because you were just talking about a style of beer that is a little different. Like one of the beers I was gonna get today, I was gonna get because of the can art, because it had one of Pittsburgh's many bridges on it. But it was a fucking IPA. I'm just like, come up with come up with something else. Again, I get everybody does an IPA, but why do I need another one? But Hitchhiker Brewing Company that's out this way, they're a Pittsburgh brewer. This is called Pothead, and it's an oatmeal brown with apple cinnamon tea. And that's your can art. It's a dude with a teapot on his head, hence Pothead. You thought it meant something else. Drug addict. Anyway, as I mentioned, Pittsburgh Beer Company, 6.0 alcohol by volume. Hitchhiker does some cool stuff. They do a lot of different things. They're always putting out new concoctions, things like that. So I'm excited about this. And International Women's Day, I'm drinking out of a Sasha Banks glass. I wish it didn't say divas on it. Let's pretend like it doesn't. This is for whenever WWE used to call their women divas. Rotten hell, Vince McMahon. I know you're not there yet, but you will be. Um, Sasha Banks now goes by the name Mercedes Monet, and she's showing up on AEW on Wednesday. It's gonna be her big debut, so we're celebrating her because she's awesome.
oh, okay, yeah, I love Sasha Banks.
I
Or
love her to death. Yeah. I'm
okay, Mercedes, I'll have to remember. So, fun little joke I read on the internet recently was AEW recently fired an announcer for like tweeting.
Oh God, I was gonna bring this up. Yeah. That's
So,
not why he got fired though.
well, the point the person was making who brought this up was like now AEW has higher employment standards than the presidency of the United States.
Yeah. 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 I mean, look, most do. I mean, but yeah. Yeah, no, he's a right-wing shithead and is a that stupid movie that I won't even mention the title of. He's one of those people that was going off on Twitter about everybody needs to see this bullshit movie. But what he actually did was he trashed Ian Riccaboni, who is one of AEW's other announcers, and was super unprofessional about it on Twitter, and that's why he got fired. So don't be a fuckhead, everybody. You can be a shitty right-wing red-pilled moron and not say bullshit about your coworkers on the internet and keep your job. So
Uh, Lesson Gina Carano perhaps learned too late.
yeah.
I feel
Uh,
embarrassed for ever having had it. Look, I'll come out and say it. I had a huge crush on Gina Carano when she started in The Mandalorian.
sure.
And before you like fucking come at me, look, MMA lady, side shave. She's objectively hot. I know she's a moron.
Yeah.
Like, leave me alone.
They're hot morons.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've done plenty waka waka.
What'd you say?
I've dated plenty
Oh,
waka.
yeah. Anyway, this is what the beer looks like. It's a brown ale. It's as they promised. I'm very looking forward to this because I feel like this beer is either going to be really good or it could be a disaster. So let's see which of it is.
Yes.
Huh. Offhand, it's pretty bitter. That's a surprise. Um, I'll be honest, I don't get much of the apple cinnamon tea taste. I get tea, like some of the bitterness, I think, is kind of like the bitterness of a tea.
Yeah, like tea tannins.
Yeah. But from a flavor standpoint, it's subtle if it's I'm sure it's there because obviously it is, but it's subtle. Um, on one hand, it's not overly sweet, so that's good. I was a little worried it was going to be, and that's where I thought like it could teeter into a disaster area. Um, but I'll be honest, I wish I tasted a little bit more of it. Um, it's good. I mean, look, the beer tastes good. That's not an issue. I do like the presence of the tea in it. It gives you a little bit of a warm chest also, like after almost like a bourbon, like you take a little bit of a bourbon or a whiskey and you get a little bit of a warm chest. I like that aspect of it. The mouth feels it's fantastic. It has a good thickness to it. I know. What else am I supposed to say? Um, it just doesn't taste how I was expecting it to taste. Again, that's not really negative because I like it. I do enjoy the taste of it. I guess I was just expecting a little bit more apple and cinnamon. I love apple and cinnamon flavored things, so I was kind of excited about that. It's subtle. It's very subtle. The apple cinnamon's very, very subtle. Definitely, like I said, definitely getting, the tea, the taste of the tea is definitely there. Um, Yeah, I don't know. It's good. I like it. I guess I just expected it was going to taste different than it does. Which is fine. I guess that's okay. At least it doesn't taste bad. It'd be bad if you went to drink something and you thought it was going to taste one way and then it tasted like bleach or poison, which is a poison. But yeah, it's fine. It's not bad. Oh, I see the noise I'm hearing. I think it's now sleeting. And so I'm hearing little ice pellets hitting the window. That's what I'm hearing. Jesus Christ. Um, yeah, this isn't bad. I don't think I've ever had a bad Hitchhiker beer. So we're not starting with this one, but it's funny that the tea is really kind of lingering in my mouth as I speak. Which again, it's fine because I really enjoy tea, so that's not a problem. But yeah, they definitely nailed it on the tea. As far as the brown aspect of it, the oatmeal brown, it's yeah, it's what I expected. Um, it's rich. It's like I said, it's kind of thick. It's thicker than I would expect from a 6.0 ABV beer. And I'm fighting off a burp. Helen, help me. Oh, all right. Yeah. So sure, nice going, Hitchhiker. Yeah, I appreciate the creativity and trying something different instead of just a run-of-the-mill IPA or stout or something like that. So yeah, what an adventure. But yeah, don't be you can be a right-wing shithead at work. Just don't shove it in other people's faces. I mean, I think had he just written stuff about the movie on Twitter and not shit on his coworker on Twitter, he would still have a job. But
God, unfortunately, you're probably right.
I mean, I expect that everybody in every wrestling company that there's definitely some people that have shitty, for sure, have shitty viewpoints. And I think a lot of them are smart enough to kind of just not publicize those, uh, which is probably the wise thing to do. I mean, you're in a public position, yeah, if you're coming out, standing up for bullshit conspiracy theories and people find out about it, it's not going to go well for you. It will with your little fringe audience, but for the most part, it's not going to go well for you. Um, Wrestling fans are a little different these days than they used to be, 30 years ago. I mean, they're not a lot of them are not going to stand for this bullshit, and that's why I think we heard so much about his name's Kevin Kelly, the one who got fired. That's why we're hearing so much about the dumb shit he believes because you did something shitty and lost your job over it, and so now we're going to talk about the other thing. And it's funny because people were like, "Oh, well, CM Punk came out and was wearing shirts promoting abortion," and I was like, "Well, he was coming out wearing shirts promoting women's reproductive care. If you don't like that, that's your fine. You're entitled to that opinion, but also not a fireable offense."
Also, I think it's funny that the most recent time I almost got in a fist fight was outside of Planned Parenthood.
Go figure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
That is like the first time since my 20s I did the come at me bro hands. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and it was a stupid thing to do. Like, I shouldn't have done it, but uh I just undergone a pretty painful medical procedure, not
Yeah.
an abortion, but I got my IUD replaced,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
no picnic.
Yeah.
Um, I recommend doing that if you have a uterus and you don't want to commit to tubal ligation for whatever reason, but you still don't want to have kids. It was one of the best decisions I've ever made. And like I can say like mine was personally like very, very painful.
Oh.
Um, didn't have a good time, but like you gotta get it replaced like once every 7 years. So like if you can tolerate that, like it's fine. And like I'm kind of an outlier, honestly. Like I've had like a few friends who got it done who felt either nothing or just like pretty minor pain. So it's
Yeah.
extremely variable.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway, my little PSA. And like if guys hassle you outside the clinic, you can call them dumb cunts as much as you want.
yeah.
That free speech goes both ways. I did it quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
They deserve to hear it back. I mean, fuck them. Say whatever you want. They're not going to do
yeah,
anything.
I think I mentioned this at the time because like we did a beer video right after,
I remember.
uh,
Yeah.
but like these people had their children with them, which like,
Mhm.
you know, like whatever involving your kids and your activism, I am this is something I'm neutral on, but
I think
like
that's called grooming.
um yeah, it's like when your activism's for a cause that shitty, like not a fan. And also like when you're claiming to be all about like defense of the children or whatever, and you send your kid running into traffic to hand people pamphlets.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are
Exactly.
you what are you doing, bud?
And those people don't seem all that concerned once the child's actually here. I got into an argument with a person, an old friend who was, super pro, or I'm sorry, super anti-abortion. And, I just kept bringing up the point of like, well, what are you doing to help then? What do you do? Well, it's not my responsibility. Okay, shut the fuck up.
Last person I got into it about this with against my better judgment online, I suppose.
Yeah.
Good. It was like this guy was extremely, extremely anti-abortion, but also like anti-public transit, anti-public school, like anti any kind of public good, like
Yeah.
whatever a person could possibly need for like their own benefit or like for the proper raising of their child, they need to pay for it themselves or they're fucked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like, what is it? God, George Carlin died how many years ago?
Oh
And what
God,
did,
I know. How many? Actually, I'm gonna look that up while you're, because it seems like forever ago now.
yeah, it's like if you're pre-born, they love you. If you're preschool, you're fucked.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. It's bizarre that he's been gone this long and you go back and watch his comedy and it's like, oh shit, this still applies. 2008. He's been gone that long. So,
Thought he died sometime in the late 90s.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I knew it wasn't that long ago, but yeah, 2008. Yeah.
God, like pretenders to the throne, like of Carlin's comedy. I'm not going to say 100% of his shit still hits, but like he at least like had a long career in large part because like he took it seriously as an art form and like
Yeah.
okay, so the funniest thing is like Rick Moranis did a bit where he made fun of one of Carlin's old routines, and apparently George Carlin saw that and was like, "Man, my shit's getting stale. He is making a good point. I will, you know, put my nose to the grindstone and like work on new material that doesn't sound like this anymore."
Yeah.
And like, nowadays, like if a comedian made fun of another comedian like that, you'd get like these chuds online being like, they're doing it because of woke.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we've kind of we're yeah, the whole thing of self-evaluation and taking criticism constructively is pretty much over. Um Rick Moranis. Uh Small bit of trivia that I just learned. Do you know who one of Rick Moranis's classmates was?
I get the feeling you're about to tell me.
No, I'm not. I'm just kidding. I am. Geddy Lee from Rush. They were classmates. I learned
Yeah.
that I'm reading Geddy Lee's autobiography right now, and I learned that from that that and I forgot that he was on Geddy Lee was on a song um with oh fuck I cannot remember for the life of me. I have just blanked. Rick Moranis's oh god. Oh my god, my brain is gone. Wait a minute. I have to look this up because this is driving me insane. Uh shit. Everybody's going, you're gonna mock. It's really funny. I looked up Rick Moranis, and the second search term was Rick Moranis and George Carlin. So that's pretty funny. Oh God. It's from SCTV. Shit. Oh my God. Everybody out there, just go do what you're doing. Oh, Bob and Doug McKenzie, the McKenzie brothers. So they had done a song, and I don't remember what it was some novelty song, but Geddy Lee guested on that song, and the whole reason was because Rick Moranis remembered Geddy Lee from high school or from grade school or whatever. And God Almighty, it took me a long time just to tell that small tidbit that nobody's going to care about. Do you think anybody's made it this far in the video? Can we just start?
God,
What'd you say?
comment potato if you have.
Yes, yeah, yeah. We should just start saying crazy shit at the end of the video to see if people are paying attention. Um, I always try to do that with like uh things that like if I'm sending somebody an email or something I need them to pay the attention to the entire thing. Sometimes I'll put something really weird, like a strange sentence right in the middle of it, just to make sure that people are paying attention. And sometimes they do and sometimes they don't.
An incident like years ago where like some gal asked like a professor to write her term paper for her, and he wrote like 7 pages of nonsense and inserted the sentence, "I made a duty" in the middle of like
That's yep, yep,
page.
yep. I have in my work signature because we got this weird email like a year ago that said, I'm not going to say the company I work for, but it said the company I work for was voted #1 bee friendly company. And I put that in my signature now. So in my signature for work, below everything, I've wrote #1 bee company. And one human being in the year that's been in my signature has noticed it. Because that's the whole point. I was like, I want to see if anybody notices this is there. Because it's true. So I can't, it's not like they can get mad at me for saying it. I'm like, no, but it's true. We are the #1 friendly company in the world, at least for right now until the next poll. And hopefully we're fighting for those bees.
That's right. The
Yeah.
human got a haircut.
Yeah. They're going to be back soon, the bees. And I'm not that happy about that, but oh well. Well, anyway, hey, folks, this has been the beer video, not the bee video. That's next week. Because Helen already has her beer and it's not bee themed. What if it is? What if it's bee themed? You haven't even told me this, and it's bee themed.
It is not.
Okay, good. All right. Maybe mine will be. We'll see. All right. Well, hey, look, everybody, it's been the beer video. I don't know. Go listen to a I don't know who should people listen to? Give me a band. I'm blanking here. Go listen to Warlock. It's Women's Appreciate or International Women's Month. Go fucking listen to Warlock.
I'm gonna suggest Sonia.
Listen to Sonia and Warlock together, not at the same time, back to back.
Well, Melissa Moore has said that new wave of British heavy metal. Well, okay, Warlock's German, but like whatever. There's a lineage there, I think.
Definitely is. Yeah. Go listen to both those bands. You'll be happier and just thank us. That's all.
Yeah.
See ya.